Another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it is Saturday. It is Bolo Day.
Nice.
These are all things that you might find out there. And you know how I know you might find them out there?
No.
Because we found them.
Oh, all right.
So they exist.
They do
and
exist.
Why don't you take it away, Mr. Magazine?
All right, here we go. For all you toy collectors, NYSEG Productions is a GMC.
Nice
model.
egg.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yep. So it is like a
New York State
work
Electric
truck.
and
Yep.
Gas.
There you go.
You're
So
welcome.
the reason I brought this up is I bought a collection, and there was a few of these in there, but there was also like RG&E, our local gas and electric
Rochester
company.
Gas and Electric.
And these are things that you can find anywhere in the country with your local gas and electrics as well.
Yep.
And you see this one, and they're always low production, so you're going to sell. This one went for $72. You know, I probably paid 10 for the thing, and I didn't think it was worth that much when I bought. You know, I bought say 20 of them for a couple $100, and they're all selling for like 30 on up.
What scale?
I would think it's 24 scale.
124. So it's
I think
a
so,
decent sized item.
24, 25. Sometimes the 25th is a touch smaller just because of the wheels and it's a truck. It would normally be a little bigger, but yeah, it's in that range for sure.
That's good to know. But yeah, so you will find these things out there. Now, do you know what was the distribution of these? How were these distributed?
Well, I think the RG&E ones, the employees got some.
The employees, okay.
On that for sure. You know, I don't know how he got this one because the person that had all the RG&E ones had these as well. You know, unless he.
Might have traded off
Yeah,
RG&E.
could be,
Yep.
yep.
So a lot of the things were employee exclusives.
Yep, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Keep an eye out.
There you go.
All right. Next up, I don't know if anyone knows who Tony Pena is, but he's a professional baseball player, retired obviously, but gloves sell. And you can definitely get these at garage sales for $5 usually. This is a catcher's glove. It might demand a little more money. This one went for $26, but they are out there, easy to find. You know, obviously with the signature, you know, facsimile signatures on there, more demand. You could have Mickey Mantle go for hundreds of dollars, but definitely scarf any of these up if you can get them for $5-10.
Now, do left-handed gloves go for more?
That is a good question. I don't know if the collector's ones necessarily would matter because they're rare, you're saying?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I've not looked into that. So
There we go.
awesome, yeah.
There we go. There's a
Yeah.
comment down below if you know, because I don't know.
I would certainly
Be interested
buy
in knowing
them.
the answer.
Definitely buy them. Okay, maybe pay 10 to 50 for lefties. All right. I'm a lefty myself, so you know if you can't sell it, I'll buy it from you.
There you go.
This is a reverse bolo. I don't know how this ever sold. Headliners. They made all sport. Well, I know they made basketball and football. I'm sure they made baseball. I'm sure I have some for sale. I don't even know it. But why I don't know it is because they don't sell. You can get these cheap, and that's another sucker bet because you could probably get these for 50 cents, $1 in bulk. And there's some star players, obviously. This is Iverson, and he sold for $10-11. But generally, I may have 300 of these, and this is one of the few that sold.
Oh, wow.
So it's it wasn't a great idea. Maybe because they're small, maybe just the headliners aren't very good depictions of the athletes. I don't know, but I would stay away from these unless you know a rare one that I don't know about.
Nice. Well, something that definitely helps people, though, because they might be out at a sale today, a garage sale out today, and they see somebody's got a bunch of those, and the guy goes, "You can't go wrong. He's looking for the 90s, $1 a piece. Buy them all."
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to collect them, open them up, put them on the shelf, it's another story. If you're like investing in them or you think they're worth some money, I don't see it. At least not 20 years later. It hasn't happened yet. So,
Nice.
yeah.
No, that definitely helps, though.
All right, in digest magazines, wherever they may be, you usually can get them cheaper, probably because they're smaller. I don't know, but you definitely can get them cheap. I've been selling a ton lately. I got a few different collectors buying 10, 20 at a time.
Oh, wow.
And, I paid probably 50 cents. I don't think I've ever paid more than that for a digest. But I sold these in bulk. I think they paid $9 a piece at half of the 18. But still, they bought 20, 30 of them. And again, if I'm paying 50 cents, I got $10 into them, but they're paying 100,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Dan Fouts, Coryell.
70s, 80s, 90s, and there was a bunch of lesser name players that weren't Hall of Famers, and they still sold. So people do collect them. The hockey ones sell, baseball. So, and they're out there, and if you can scoop them up 50 cents or even less, a quarter sometimes, definitely do it.
And these are another one of those things out there that you tend to find. You don't tend to find. You might find one or two, but you don't tend to find 7. You tend to find one because somebody had their favorite player, or you tend to find 36 because somebody did a 3-year subscription to it.
Sure.
Yep.
All right, next up, I finally sold this. I think someone might have bought it before and didn't pay. I thought it was super cool. I held firm on my price. I think I got $400 for it. Meyer Lansky gangster shirt segment piece with an 8x10 photo frame. The frame looks cool. The plates look cool. Definitely looks rich, and he's got to be a rare signature to begin with. So very cool. I thought that was a cool piece. But again, I had low offers, and I just I had it for maybe 6 months. I just waited, and I got my price.
Wow, gang used jersey.
Yeah, very cool. Exactly. Yeah, no blood on it though. And lastly, I'm selling Bruce Willis magazines for all the wrong reasons. Unfortunately, he is sick. He's ill. But people are buying up his magazines. This one only went for $8, but I think I had it listed for 10 years. One of those big W magazines.
Right.
But, regardless.
Well, plus shipping, which is huge.
True,
too.
yeah. But, unfortunately, you selling these things, if you have them for sale, the right time comes along, but it's not really the right time for him. So.
Right. No, but that. I hesitate ever to say this, but at some point, the Queen will pass on. And there'll be a lot of her items will be selling, and Prince Charles' items will be selling because he'll be taking.
My dad used to call my wife the Queen. I thought you were talking about her. Okay, sorry.
And then Prince Charles will be taking over, and all the Prince Charles, or if he's not, if Prince William's taking over,
someone will be there.
All of those things will be selling as well. It's just going to happen inevitably, and it happened all the time when Muhammad Ali died. There was a bunch of his sales and so on.
Sure. Yep.
It just happens.
Yep.
First item we have up there, try to make things more pleasant. This.
Oh, you're leaving?
Heyo. Hours of the Divine Office in English and Latin, 1963, Volume 1, Advent to Passion Sunday.
Oh, nice.
I actually was on the state job, and I had a couple of minutes because I do get a break, believe it or not. Don't tell them they give me breaks, but they gave me a break. And I stopped by a thrift store because I was about an hour and something away from home. So I stopped by a thrift store I don't usually stop in, and went and paid $2 for this. Sold 2 days later.
Wow.
Pretty good investment there.
Yeah.
And I did note this on Instagram, which if you're not watching us on Instagram, you definitely should. Vatican II, if I remember my Catholicism correctly, was 1964. So a lot of the books pre-64 will have Mass and all that sort of thing in Latin and English. People do collect those. People do like the pre-Vatican II stuff. So if you're out there and you see it, there's a BOLO tip that nobody else is telling you.
Yeah.
If I knew how to say BOLO in Latin, I would say it. But definitely go and pick this one up.
I thought Vatican II was a movie, like Da Vinci Code 2.
Exactly. We're kind of going with the religious theme here. Bobby Richardson, New York Yankees, A Purpose in Life brochure, 1965. And when I say it was a brochure, it literally is a brochure. Wow. I think I took $15 out of it, but you look down here at the size, and I didn't tell the size, which is something that you definitely want to do.
Oh, it's brochure size. Of course
it is brochure size. Whatever that is, 3 by 5.
Sure, bro.
Sure, bro. Sure. It's 4 by 6, 3 by 5, something or other like that. So it's it just opens up. Doesn't really say a lot. They did do multiple printings of this, different colors, as I remember out of it, colors. But again, it did go for $15, which just for a little tiny brochure, you cannot go wrong with that. Definitely do list New York Yankees though, because I'm pretty sure that's probably what sold it.
Yeah.
Is that?
Or his 5-gallon hat.
Yeah, very well, maybe that as well. And the next item, speaking of New York, notice how we segued, and New York Yankees. Yeah. New York Times Magazine.
By the way, they're 11 straight wins in first place, and Aaron Judge is leading the home runs with who's counting?
April 12, 1964, Havana, Casey Stengel, Yogi Berra. $39 out of this. And it was just a supplement to the newspaper, raising the question, if I had the entire paper, how much more would it be worth? Probably not that much more.
Who's in the background with the gun? It looks like
that would be Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
He said his name. That helps sell it.
Actually, you bring up a good point. We did a episode a little while ago about can you say that? Can you list that on eBay? And I get very, very... I mean, I could do Fidel Castro, but you start getting into Cuba, which is why I put Havana up there, but I was like, questionable on that even. Yeah. But happy to get $39 out of something or other like this. It was just a supplement to the Sunday newspaper. So they're out there. anytime you see piles of newspapers go through them, New York Times sell, these magazines sell. So definitely a bolo there, no doubt whatsoever about it. And the last or second last item we have over here, Leadership for the 60s, John F. Kennedy for President, JFK LBJ campaign newspaper, folded in half with the tear on fold. Opens up. You don't see the whole picture. $26 item. Again, it had a tear on there. Kennedy stuff is actually selling nowadays, whereas when we first started this back in 1990s, early 2000s, Kennedy stuff was very difficult to sell. It does sell nowadays, so that's something or other that you can actually pick up off of the old timers that haven't stayed abreast of the market, because they're going to still think that the Kennedy stuff does not sell. Right. And the last item I have over here, I want you to read the condition on this. Okay. Another fun one.
Backboard missing, front board detached, FFE detached, as is the preface page.
And it continues. If you can read more. Apparently you're not allowed to read more. No title page.
It is super old.
Aesop's Fables, 1757 hardcover book, Fables and the Life of Aesop. I was able to, I believe one of these might have actually had a date in it, which is how I was able to date it. Not that I did anything
did
great.
Not take care of it when it first came in production.
Oh, there we go. There's how I dated it, right there off of that over there. But take a look at that. Take a look at the preface page. Wow. All that missing off of it. Definitely showed the pictures of the damage, but I believe I paid $1 for it. Believe it or not, it was sitting at a sale for $1. Why did nobody buy it? Because of the condition.
I thought it was trash, and there was no barcode.
That is true. That is true. Wait, barcodes weren't around in 1757?
No,
so that's pre-barcode. I believe I took $75 on it, but I was happy to get that because I paid $1 for it, as I said. When you find the books out there from the 1700s, they're not making them anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Condition will be an issue on many, many of them. Don't leave this sitting on the shelf like so many people did, because it was, second day of the sale. I mean, it had been sitting there for a long time and nobody wanted it. So hopefully that does help you a little bit. Everybody looked at it and said, the grapes are probably sour anyway. Isn't that one of his fables?
Sure.
Do hit the like button, because that's not a fable, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.